So, what if I told you I am not the only creator on this platform or any other platform to talk about the third set of Lorcana? How's it going, guys? Boggs here, and we are going to be talking about set 3 of the Lorcana trading card game, Into the Inklands, which is kind of a cool title, okay? So Chapter 3 has officially been revealed. I've been wanting to talk about it. However, people who are leaking stuff, you know, shame on you. I mean, I know it's gonna happen, but, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, again, I'm not the first person to talk about set 3. You know, there's a lot of other people that have been talking about it, and you know, I want to give my insights on set 3. But what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be talking about the individual cards first, and then we're gonna go on to the big main thing, which I will reveal later in the video. So starting off is a new mechanic for the card game, which I am very curious as to how it's going to work. It's called locations. So like locations in different like Disney movies such as Aladdin, Moana, Lion King, so on and so forth. But the card that is being shown on screen that is the only location card to my knowledge has been revealed so far is the Forbidden Mountain, which is Maleficent's castle. It looks like it's a 2-cost inkable to be played out, and it is an Amethyst card, so woohoo, Amethyst! I love seeing more Amethyst cards. I am definitely an Amethyst player, so that really makes me go like, okay, this is cool. However, there are some things on the card besides, you know, the story text, which is pretty cool. There are 3 symbols on the card. So the first one being on the left next to the F, which I'm going to assume that means how many characters can be in a certain location, right? And then up above where it looks like it's a lore symbol, it looks like the locations have like a willpower of sorts. I'm not 100%. I don't think any of us are sure what the heck this is. So, you know, as time rolls by, as you know, Ravensburger and the developers of the card game talk more about what's on the cards, they'll let us know. It looks like it's a willpower kind of thing, but you know, the shield is shaped completely different. And then again, underneath, you know, the shield is a special kind of lore symbol, which means like if it leaves play, do you gain a lore? Do your opponents gain a lore? What is the deal with that? I want to know. We all want to know about that. So that is like the major thing I wanted to talk about first and foremost. But let me give my opinion on location cards. For those who have played Magic the Gathering, you might be familiar, like 10 some odd years ago, you know, when Planeswalkers were like super meta and all that stuff. And, you know, and there are totally many different ways to play Magic the Gathering. And one thing that was an interesting aspect of Magic the Gathering were planes where they had different effects and so on and so forth, which leads to question, because it looks like the Forbidden Mountain is a vanilla location card. Would this mean that other locations will have effects? They would kind of have like traps or other things. I want to know. That's what really gets me excited for this set. So let's go talk about the character cards. The first one that I want to talk about is a super rare. It is Piglet, the captain of the Pooh Bear Pirates. Looks like Piglet's ready to go look for the One Piece. But that really makes me like smile and whatnot. And you know, it kind of his effect kind of reminds me of Christopher Robin. However, in a sense, I think it's Christopher Robin's like when you have... I mean, I'll leave the cards up there on the description. I can't remember Christopher Robin's like ready effects. Like, I know it's like if you have 2 or more characters at the beginning of the turn, you gain 2 or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, so if Piglet is, you know, in play, and then while you have 2 or more other characters, from what I can tell, is besides Piglet in his name, well, Captain Piglet, he gets to have, like, he gets a quest for 3, which is kind of cool. So, you know, kind of leads the question is if anybody's going to build, like, a Winnie the Pooh deck and whatnot, and have, you know, Piglet being, like, the central piece of the deck. So, the next one is the evasive... Well, it's Peter Pan, Dreamborn, Lost Boy Leader. He kind of looks like the... he kind of looks like Peter Pan Never Landing. Like, his like, whole suit, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Peter Pan Never Landing. And then, with this one, you know, 4 cost singable, 3 strength, 3 willpower. Once per turn, when he moves to a location, he gains lore equals to that location. Wait a minute. This is something I'm gonna have to think about. I have a theory, but yeah, I really need to, like, whip up that theory. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but still, it seems like, you know, he can quest for, like, he can get us 2 lore a turn. That's all I'm gonna say. But I had a theory about location cards. Anyway, the last card we're gonna be talking about is Minnie Mouse Funky Spelunker, and while she's at a location, she gets +2 strength. Okay, cool. It's a 1 cost and whatnot. But the question is, with the mechanics, like, do you have to spend ink to move characters to a location and whatnot have you? And, you know, that is something that I am, like, really, really, really curious about. So that's, you know, that's one thing that we'll learn later on. And the last thing, the very last thing that I want to talk about is the reveal of, you know, the next set products. So the starter decks, the booster box, and the deck boxes and the playmats, they look really, really nice. And it looks like we're going to be getting, in the next set, an Amethyst Emerald deck, which is pretty cool. So we're going to have like 101 Dalmatians in that deck and whatnot. And, you know, that's pretty cool. And then the second starter deck is going to be Ruby Sapphire, which, you know, current meta popsicle, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, meta always changes. Meta will always change. And on top of that, it looks like we might have a Floodborn or a Dreamborn Moana. I mean, if you look at the deck box art, and you see, well, she looks pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, she looks pretty freaking cool. And then we got everybody's favorite Penny Pinch Scrooge McDuck. So I am happy. I am hoping we get more DuckTales, and especially Darkwing Duck. I love Darkwing Duck. I've been wanting Darkwing Duck as a summon in Kingdom Hearts. I could go on and on and on about how I want Darkwing Duck as a summon, but we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts, we're talking about Lorcana. And then we got the booster box. It looks like we're probably going to have another Floodborn or a Dreamborn Tinkerbell. I'm just looking at the booster box art. And then it looks like we're going to have a new Storyborn Jafar. And then with Stitch, it looks like this Stitch is going to be a Dreamborn. That's my prediction. And whatnot have you. And then looking at the playmats, I see there's a Moana playmat and a Stitch playmat. This Stitch looks like probably he's probably a Floodborn. He'll probably be a Floodborn character. And then the art on the Moana playmat kind of looks like it could be a location card as well. And we have right here on the box art, on the photo, 2 new deck boxes and 2 new sets of sleeve, which of course you know, which is Scrooge McDuck. And then it looks like a location, because I'm zooming in on the images. What if it's Sherwood Forest? Because I just see Robin Hood chilling. I just see Robin Hood chilling out in the forest, you know, kind of like in the beginning of the movie after he and Little John rob Prince John of gold and whatnot, and they escape and whatnot. No, this was before. I haven't seen Robin Hood in a long time. That's my favorite movie. I should be ashamed. But it looks like almost like the beginning of the movie where Robin Hood and Little John were just hanging out, you know, drying out their shirts and whatnot from being chased by John's men and whatnot. You know, it's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to this set. This is something that makes me want to, like, put aside like 10, 20, 30 bucks a week right now for this next set, because I want to try to buy myself a booster box at least for the next set. And I want to try to get myself a Lorcana playmat. I haven't been able to get a Lorcana playmat. I've been using custom playmats that I have made through Inked Gaming. I'll leave a link down in the description below. They are a great company that will make you nice playmats. If I can actually, now that I'm ending the video here, I can show off. I am not, this is a disclaimer, I am not affiliated with Inked Gaming, nor am I partnered with them, but this is my very first playmat that I made through them for the Digimon trading card game. It's one of my favorite writers, Gem, or Dangerous Zombie, level 10, blah blah blah. So, you know, I'm thinking about bringing this playmat back to locals. But with that being said, though, what do you guys think? I want to know. Let's start a conversation in the comments. And if you like today's video, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And also be sure to follow me on twitch.tv/mogsSR, where I do speedruns on games like Kirby 64, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and so on and so forth. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.